Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I'm here to do the daily reading for Monday, March 7th, 2022. Pretty sure that's right. Yeah, this is for the collective. This is for all of us. Good morning, Jojo. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to start with my Mystic Mondays deck since this is for Monday, and I'll be clarifying with some other another deck, maybe two. We'll see how it goes. So let me just dive right in. We start with the Ten of Pentacles. Woohoo! Yes, that is like fulfillment on so many levels. That's family, that's friends, that's um money, stability, all the good things. Seven of Wands. Okay. Let's just let me just pick them and then I will speak to them. And yes, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. It does actually help my channel to grow, and that is the goal. We have Ten of Wands. Huh. Okay. And Two of Pentacles. Well, okay, to begin with. Okay, so it's it's so interesting. It's it feels like there's some kind of situation in the past or a situation that you're in now where, feels like you've kind of arrived, you've got things in place, you've got all the things that make you happy. But for some, oh, and so with the Seven of Wands, this is a card of defense, having the upper hand as you defend yourself. So it makes me think because this comes after the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory, of success, of gaining attention and recognition. So, it's like, of course, once you start getting attention, it's not always positive. You kind of get it all. And so it sort of feels like you finally get everything that you want. You're living the good life. And there are some people who are quite jealous, who feel that you need to do things in a different way, that they should have what you have, whatever's going on. And you're just like, hey, leave me alone. I'm trying to enjoy my best life. Um, but then with the Ten of Wands, this is carrying a heavy burden. Sometimes this is a burden that's worth carrying. Sometimes there's an end goal in mind, and there's a need to get to the finish line, to get what's on your back to some place that you can finally put it down and rest. Um, it in it kind of feels like um, having to defend yourself, having to fight people off, maybe who you thought were on your side, thought were your friends, that actually cared about you, having them come at you like this feels or will feel like a burden where you're just like, can't you just be happy for me? It's like you wage a battle or someone wages a battle against you, you fight them off, and then you grab all those wands and you start carrying them. It's like trying to disarm disarm people so they can't keep coming at you. So but then now you're carrying the weight. I'm not sure about this. But then so then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is it's a card of ultimately finding balance or working on finding balance. It could be that, maybe some things are really good in your life, but then some things are really weigh really heavy on you, and especially if people are coming at you and you're just, you're spending more time having to defend, having to carry some kind of burden. But sometimes the Two of Pentacles can be about juggling, but here it's like it's a perfect figure eight configuration. um, it's it's that infinite loop. It's things are coming back into balance, and maybe it's because you carry a burden. It makes me think of that old movie from the 80s or 90s, The Gods Must Be Crazy, where that African tribesman, he takes a little bit of a spoiler alert here. Not really. He takes the Coke bottle that falls on his tribe that causes major disruption, and he decides he's going to throw it off the end of the earth. And it's this crazy journey that he goes on, and it is a burden at times for him. Um, and so that it kind of feels that way, like deciding, okay, I'm not going to put up with certain things anymore. I need to go on this journey to get it out of my life. But that brings going on that journey brings some kind of balance. Okay, let me jump to I'll go to the Dreaming Way Tarot. Let me do a little clarifying with the Dreaming Way Tarot. I hope this is making sense. I hope this resonates. um, I'm not totally sure about the story here. Six of Pentacles, which is a card of generosity, reciprocity, happy surprises. Um, oh, and this person is holding a scale. So here again, we have balance, finding balance through being generous. Um, hmm. Oh, and then we get the tower. One of the most destructive tower images that there are. Um, there's a major disruption, something crumbling down, like, just crumbling down. There's nothing left, and this tower is built. Almost looks like built into a hillside. But even that wasn't enough. Even something that's so solid is still it wasn't enough. Somehow, I don't know, and forces of nature is coming in and changing everything up. So but then here's the Ace of Pentacles. So that needed to happen. That tower needed to crash down. Something in your life had to come to an end so you could have a new beginning. And the tower isn't always horrible destruction, like the worst thing that you can imagine. Sometimes it can be really positive. Sometimes it's just an epiphany that you have. It kind of feels like, okay, wait, let me get more let me get one more. Oh, we got the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands looking back at the past. So, okay, so the Six of Pentacles lands on the Ten of Pentacles. So this almost feels like you get to this place, this fulfillment, abundance, all the things you could want. And it feels somewhat unexpected maybe. It feels like you're finally getting your due, right? You, s- th- Again, like there's this feeling of generosity, and maybe you get to this point where you're just like, wow, I finally have a surplus of everything I need, so now I can share with others. maybe somebody shared some of their resources with you and helped you get to this place. But then because of the be I feel like this tower moment has to do with um kind of becoming aware of who is truly on your side and who's not. They like with people who win the lottery, for example. Um Suddenly people want to be in their lives and suddenly like are reaching out to them and want to be their friend because they're hoping they can get something from them. And it's like, or even people who get famous, like their circle shrinks down to who they know they can trust, because now people have ulterior motives for wanting to be in their life, right? So that it feels like something like that, where you're just like, no, go away. Like, I thought you were my friend, but then you didn't treat me as a friend, and now here you are, I don't know, coming back for some reason or another. And you're just like, no, I'm not going to entertain this anymore. So then, from that comes this new beginning. What I don't understand is why it's such a heavy burden. But maybe, like I was saying, having to let go of people that you once really cared about and thought had your back, and discover that um, they really didn't. It was always about them. That can feel like a burden. That can feel like a heavy weight to bear, because it's just like, but like what I thought isn't true. It's having to change your thinking in some way. Um, it could also be that you didn't want a new beginning, but it happened anyway. And it was just it was a part of the process. It was meant to get you there. And so now it's carrying that burden, knowing that you're going to put it down eventually, but having to go through the process of grieving, of going through the feelings that are coming up, so that you can finally stand tall, finally feel lighter, freer in some way. And so then there's this balance that's created, and either there's someone coming in who has a lot of they're very creative, very passionate. Maybe they come in, they're a part of this new beginning where they're like, I have all these ideas, let's, I don't know, like somehow there's some kind of collaboration here. Two of Pentacles isn't always about that, but in this case it kind of feels that way. That and this could also be you, where you're just like, okay, I'm focusing on me now and what I want, and moving towards what is fulfilling, what makes me feel good, but still looking back at the past, still looking back at everything that has come down, everything that has changed. Even though it's a new beginning, again, we don't always love the new beginnings. It can be uncomfortable. It can be a little painful, even, but there's a new lease on life here. Um, let me just. I'm gonna pick some cards from the Deviant Moon Tarot. I know, and this is all on a Monday. What a beginning to the week. Oh, we got the Empress. The Empress, who has some kind of lizard tail situation going on. Okay, the Empress. I feel like that's you. That's you glowing up, as they say. And the Hierophant. Wow. This is a higher level of commitment. Could also be some kind of institution, like, for example, this tower coming down, there could be some kind of legal battle where you're forced to defend yourself, but you have the upper hand. So you're still like, okay, well, come at me. Like it's fine. I don't know that it's fine, but you're like, I have my defense like very well laid out, and no one can get one over on you. Um by the way, too, the Empress, I haven't really called out too many of the or any of the zodiac signs. Maybe I'll do that at the end. Then we get the Page of Swords. Um Page of Swords typically is a card of spying or doing some kind of internet research, something like that, gaining some kind of truth and clarity around looking at l- following somebody or looking at something. So this could be someone else spying on you, kind of looking into what you're up to with this new beginning. Um it could also be you simply doing some kind of research as a way to lessen your burden that you're carrying as you begin things. Yeah, as you begin this journey. Um, and Seven of Pentacles. Huh. This is such an interesting image. Drawing blood from a tree. Trying to squeeze blood out of something that you can't normally squeeze blood out of. Um, Maybe that's a part of the burden. Or maybe typically the Seven of Pentacles, it's sort of that place of sitting back and looking at what you've done. And do you continue to nurture something to its ultimate fruition, its ultimate harvest? Or do you determine that you're not going to get the harvest you expected, and so it's not worth putting any more effort into it? It's sort of a crossroads. And I think you're deciding that it is worth putting effort into, that getting blood from the tree, it's alive. Um there's something in there that it's worth. You don't want it to die and shrivel up. It's got some kind of connection to you, that's going to bring balance, that you feel very passionate about. Um, yeah. So, Empress, Hierophant, maybe, and it could also be that you are about to or have already gotten into a connection with someone, like I said, a higher level of commitment here with the Empress and the Hierophant. And there's somebody else who's watching this and is yeah, kind of spying on what's going on with you. I mean, the Empress kind of gets spied on anyway because she's just awesome. um that you have a lot to offer, and so you're getting some attention. And so from that, maybe you're determining, maybe this is, maybe someone felt like they were putting a lot of effort into you, trying to cultivate something with you, and trying to determine if they should continue. Take it as it resonates. I think I'm going to leave it there. Actually, let me just get a couple of angel cards. strength. Whatever you're going through requires a fair amount of strength. Any kind of new beginning really does. Because it's a journey. And sometimes you have to persevere. But then there's peace. Being strong brings you the peace. Yeah, having to defend yourself. There's also a fair amount of strength required here. But you're gonna gain the peace that you deserve. This speaks to me of peace, balance, um, and relaxation. This just came up recently. Yeah, it's really important for you, especially when you're creating something new, you're doing something new, focusing on your money, focusing on creating some kind of physical, tangible thing in your life. You gotta make sure that you take time to rest, to care for yourself, to not just work, work, work all the time, no matter how excited and passionate you feel about it. Um, you got to step back and look at how far you've come and just yeah, rest for a little bit. Maybe go play, do something that brings you a lot of happiness and peace. And you get peace from the relaxation. So, all right. That's good. I'm going to leave it there. What a Monday. Um Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thank you so much again for liking, subscribing, and sharing.